Hey everyone, welcome back to the Ascent. This is the Silo 86 area, pretty much exactly where we wrapped up our last session. We just took out sort of the mech mini-boss in this area, wrapped up our mission, and are just about to enter the Mention facility finally. I think we may be getting pretty close to the end of the game here.
You must secure the Mention gate. We have indications Decane will try to activate it to prove its functionality to Malhor's Gelb. They must have spent stupendous resources on the AGI and printing code alone. Even if it failed, they will want to gain something. Decane is to be terminated. She now serves a different master, and we have all the data on Mention we need. Y-Corp will reward you handsomely if you get this done, and you'll be given your independent contractor license.
Looks like we already have some enemy contact up here. I don't want to get stuck in this corner maybe, especially when people flank, so let's move out a bit. These guys are level 30, getting pushed back here anyway. Oh, that was careless. I should have crouched down and fired high there. I just thought I'd take him out quicker. I need to remember these guys are going to be tough. Oh, man. There's another wonderful example of the spawn flanking. It's kind of frustrating. Looks like we have a pack here to the right. Let's see if we can just sneak by. I don't see much point in losing resources fighting them. Wow. Typical. That is just really indicative of like how the AI behaves in these more difficult situations. One guy just warps in front of me, all of a sudden there's a bounty guy and then 4 other guys surrounding me, including one from behind, just in a giant crossfire instantly. It's crazy. This is exactly why I decided to swap over to the tentakill augment, so that I can maybe grab, disable, and kill like groups around me like that. So we'll see how it goes.
I got this one, buddy. I'm gonna have to tunnel in through your imp, so you need to stick close to that door, alright?
How about I tunnel through you, huh?
Your imp's getting cocky. Now let's do this.
For the record, I'm allowing this only under protest.
Oh man, so we're gonna have a timed defense here by this door, and I have to stay nearby. And the 3 directional approaches all have staircases, which I cannot fire down. Oh no. This looks like it's going to go south quickly. Got a hacker from the right, big shield guy from the left. I think I have to drop out. Wow, I am actually losing progress as well when I'm out of the area. So I can't just fall back and use the rest of the room for mobility. Unless these guys stop spawning eventually. I wouldn't count on that. Yeah, there's probably a better trace of augment here. You really need to be able to disable enemies in an AoE around you for survivability. So you can just disable them and keep killing the easier to kill enemies. Alright, I'm cutting ahead here a little bit just because the game spawned me in a few rooms back. Save the time running in again for another try. So because I lose progress falling out of this immediate area, I'm just going to try to stay right here, hunker down in cover, and survive long enough to sort of rush the counter down.
For the record, I'm allowing this only under protest.
Yeah, let's just immediately get that sniper out of here.
They got some real tricky ice on that thing.
That sword guy just walked right through my tentacle move. I even got the guy at the bottom of the stairs there. I wonder if there's a limit to the number of people I can grab? I haven't noticed that previously. Oh, well, that was awkward. I guess there was like a load barrier there, so I couldn't take out that last big guy. I definitely take issue with that area design a little bit. Like, the designers absolutely know their game doesn't work well around stairs, and then they set up like a door defense with 3 staircases like right in front of you. It's rough. We'll just heal up here while I have a tech charge. And I should have looked at the minimap to see that there were some health vending machines here instead. Could have kept that charge. Oh well. Wow, it seems really dark in here.
Ascenders, the extraordinary moment we have all been waiting for is at hand. Throughout the history of this galaxy, there have always been times of tremendous change. Different species harness the power of science to reach for the stars, to colonize distant worlds. But though we've come far, one last barrier has always held us back. Travel between worlds has been slow, arduous, and done at immense cost. Now, that will change. With the Menshen portal, we will travel instantly among the stars. With it, we will control the galactic market and restore the Ascent Group to its former glory. Ascenders for the Ascent Group!
Impressive speech. If those deluded idiots only knew they're working for Malhorst Gelb. Ah, the irony.
Team! Passion! Commitment! Open the Menshen Gate!
Wow. It literally is a Stargate, not just in function. Is that expected?
All competitors must be destroyed!
Whatever it is, destroy the machinery. Imprint the SI and shut it. Shut it.
Wait a minute, was that her? The leader? She was just down already? Again with this random difficulty stuff where you get like bounty spawns and stuff in the middle of like a quote-unquote boss fight. This must have been dropped by one of the enemies. Just make use of it. It really should be in that other healing well there. Oh, the big feral just totally was not really affected by the tentacle. Seems like once the larger enemies are down, I can sort of bide my time and maybe farm some health. It actually really is dark in here. I'm having trouble seeing all the obstacles as I'm trying to keep moving. These hackers are really pretty hectic to deal with when you've got just loads of other guys rushing you. And they can hack you like that from any distance. Yeah, I think the number of enemies there was increasing per wave. Like the sustain that kept spawning. That was the final console, actually, that I needed to activate. I could have just rushed it, but I was sort of playing around. Things started to go south there with that hacker when he showed up. But I think we can do this. I think it'd be easier, too, if I probably stuck with my more powerful augmentations, like the Mach Punch for those big ferals, and maybe the homing missile as well. Or something, I guess there are a number of other choices to sort of do area of control around you and just get enemies off you. But let's try again here.
Destroy it! Whatever it is, destroy the machinery. Imprint the SI and shut it. Shut it!
Wow, yeah, Duquesne just goes down like instantly. I guess she's just like a regular person. But it's kind of strange. Strange encounter. Not getting so lucky with the health drops this time. Got a little hung up on the table there. Kind of taking my time. Just trying to heal up a little, but it's not really doing much. Make sure you're grabbing those health drops when you see them. Ooh, sniper and a hacker this time. The hackers do have some range limitation, presumably, so let's try to circle away. Yeah, that's a lot of damage from the hacker. I thought I had gotten him. Maybe there was more than one, or I didn't. Those are kind of screwing around again. I assume this is the final encounter, so I guess I'm not rushing it, but it's also not the most interesting fight, so might as well just end it.
Ascent will dominate the galactic market.
Whatever it is, destroy the machinery. Imprint the SI and shut it. Shut it.
Never resign.
Looks like you have to activate these in one go. There's no saved progress in between attempts. I did revert the augments here, so this will probably help a little bit with damage. So many of these little guys, they really can flush you out of cover quite easily. Seems very hard to time it so you don't give them at least one free melee when activating a console. There we go. Just maybe got a luckier spawn timing on that one. Pretty close. I'm not sure this is really going that much smoother. It's just those special enemies when they bring them in. It's hard to target them when you've got just like a barrier of little guys and stuff in front. Constant stream of them. That was pretty bad. I wasted that rejuve field. You really need to get it behind cover, or something just takes it out immediately. Alright, let's just stick this and be done. Still so dark. Why is it so dark?
Well done, Operative. That thing almost destroyed the gate generator. It'll be some time before we can get the prototype functional again. Malhorst Gelb might have failed to acquire Menshen, but they did succeed in destroying the Ascent group. We know Noghead has told you the truth behind Protocol 61A, that Y-Corp was incepted as part of an Ascent group emergency backup plan. The subterfuge was necessary. We had to avoid unwanted Malhorst Gelb attention until we could ascertain the scope of their powers. The original intent was then to revise the Ascent group, but certain powers have decided that this will not be. The Ascent group AGI will be taken offline again, and the hardware repurposed. The damage caused was too extensive. Y-Corp owns Menshen. The Ascent group will remain dead, and Malhorst Gelb will be confronted in due time. What's left of the Ascenders will be repurposed. You did your part in all this to the best of your limited abilities. Your contract is hereby fulfilled. We have upgraded your status in the Intercorp database, and you are now an independent contractor. The usual NDAs are of course in place. Speak a single word of this, and we will have you terminated.
Nice work, pal. Arguably with some assistance from myself, but still, very impressive. I took the liberty to install a small backdoor into the Menshen OS. Kira knows, but she can't remove it without destroying the gate. It's the sole reason you and I are still alive. There's nothing like a bit of mutually assured destruction to bring a corp to heel. No need to thank me, bud. Join me in Terra Line instead. Level 72 now.
And the credits roll. Nice. So what do I want to say about this game? There's a lot I really liked. The sci-fi world and visual style, the mix of RPG and arcade shooter gameplay, pretty intense action. There's a lot of like weapon and augmentation variety. Toward the end here though, things did start to wear a little thin. I think mostly due to the AI behavior and difficulty tuning. that didn't have much variety aside from just trying to rush and overwhelm you, spawn guys from all sides. Combat around stairs and elevation is totally broken. We saw a great example for that late in the game with that door defense. Moving between the various levels of the arcology is a chore. Movement speed is really slow. And you have a limitation on dashing even outside of combat, which is one thing that can help you move around a little faster. And I think like the side missions, while you can pick up some nice extra items from some of them, most of them are pretty forgettable, not particularly deep or developed. And ultimately here it seems like the game ends with a little bit of a whimper. Just another timed enemy rush and not a whole lot of story. Like the plot overall is fairly simple. I think it's kind of the world around things that you get a sense of that seems to have more potential and interest. So while I definitely enjoyed this, there's a lot of potential for more. So I hope maybe they iterate on things with another game in the future. Continue this story or something else in the world. I definitely don't think it has to be some endless play RPG grind kind of scenario or game, but there's plenty that could be refined and deepened. So I'll look forward to see what's next, if this is a success and if they do more. And with that, I think we'll let the credits play out here and see if there's anything else.
We just received word. Contact with Decane has been lost. It seems the gate prototype suffered a catastrophic malfunction and was destroyed.
I'm not surprised. It was a pipe dream to begin with. What of our losses?
Significant, but within projections. Unfortunately, we lost the AGI imprint credentials, but the gate itself was more stable than we've seen before. The Ascent group, however, will likely never recover.
We don't need the Ascent group. Get the telemetry over to the other facilities, but tell no one about the other side. I'll communicate with our benefactor.
As always.
Yeah, so unsurprisingly, the conspiracy remains. Certainly leaves some room for future development in the universe. Oh. Well, this doesn't seem quite right.
The Y-Corp AGI has severed our connection. I will forever cherish the memory of our union. So what now, Flesh? How about you give me a juicy memory upgrade? I know you have the U-creds.
Phone here. I know you're all
independent now. But there'll come a cycle when you spent all those Eucreds on booze and floozies. Then come back to me and beg. And maybe, just maybe, I'll give you back your old job. I can always use a good handyman.
Okay, well, this is unfortunate. I assume I'm supposed to be back in the cluster here or something. Seems like I'm falling, actually. Yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and quit out here. I don't think we're missing out on anything. So on that somewhat unfortunate note, our time with the Ascent is at an end. It was a pretty good run, or at least I had fun. I hope you did too, and that this was maybe helpful or insightful if you were curious about the game. And I will see you all next time for something new.